Welcome back students to the second part of chapter number 5, Coal and Petroleum. In the last lectures we have gone through how coal is formed. Now we are going to discuss about some of the products that are obtained from coal and the petroleum. Okay, so if I talk about coal, so coal gives us products like coke, coal tar and coal gas. Okay, these are the three products that are obtained from coal. It means we can make these three from by the use of coal, okay, by processing it. If we talk about coke first of all, so coke is actually almost the pure form of carbon. It is used in manufacturing steel and in the extraction of metals. Okay, extraction, it means purification. Okay, so coke is used in manufacturing steel and extracting metals. The next one is coal tar. So coal tar is basically a black viscous liquid which is having unpleasant smell. Okay, if I talk about what are the uses of coal tar, so it is used for manufacturing many of the things like dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paints, photographic materials, etc. Okay, so as you can see, coal tar is having a wide variety of usage. The next one is coal gas. So coal gas is actually obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. Okay, during the processing of coal to get coke, it means जब coal को हम process करते हैं coke formation के लिए, so as a byproduct we get what? We get coal gas. Okay, we get coal gas. And what are the uses of coal gas? So it is simply used as a fuel. If we talk about when it is used first, okay, so it is firstly used in London in 1820 for the purpose of street lighting. Okay, so these are the byproducts of coal along with their uses. Now talking about the next one, the next fossil fuel, the most important one also, which is also called the black gold. Okay, yes, petroleum is called the black gold. So if we talk about the uses and the formation, so it starts from the name. Okay, so petroleum is taken from the two words, that is petra, and petra belongs to rocks. Okay, and oleum belongs to oil. So petra belongs to rock and oleum belongs to oil. Okay, it means the oil that is produced over millions of years under the rocks. Okay, now if we talk about formation of petroleum, how petroleum is formed, so it starts from the sea organism. So when the sea organism becomes dead, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and get covered with sand and clay. Okay, it's a normal thing that when the sea organism died, their bodies get settled down at the bottom of the sea, and with the advent of time it gets covered with sand and clay, and over millions of years. Okay, और वो कब तक रहते हैं? Millions of years तक वहाँ पे रहते हैं, and because of absence of air, high temperature and pressure, the dead bodies of the sea organism get transformed into petroleum and natural gas. I hope you understand this one. What happens here? When the sea organism died, their bodies get settled down at the bottom and get covered with sand and clay, and over millions of years, with the advent of absence of air, high pressure and temperature, these dead bodies get transformed into petroleum and natural gas. Okay, the next topic that coming to our way is refining of petroleum. Refining of petroleum, it means the petroleum that we obtained from the sea is actually in the crude form. Okay, is actually in the crude form. Okay, crude means ये सुना होगा आपने कच्चा तेल. Okay, now we will refine the petroleum using many of the refinery techniques. Okay, we will refine this crude petroleum using many of the refining techniques that we will go through further. Okay students, so we are talking about here refining of petroleum, but before that I will give you the visual explanation of how petroleum is formed. Okay, so petroleum, as you can see in the diagram here, okay, as I told you, the dead sea creatures got buried in ocean floor. Okay, here you can see. Okay, and over millions of years the sand and clay etc. get settled on them and mounted pressure. Okay, over that one the sand and clay settled on the dead creatures and mounted pressure. Further, what happens? The next thing is that the heat and pressure turned their bodies into petroleum and natural gas, and it took millions of years for going through this process. And you can see here we are having one presentation over here. See this one. Okay, so these are what? These are actually the petroleum oil wells. Okay, from here the crude oil is extracted, or the crude petroleum is extracted. Now what's next? Yeah, the next thing is that what are the things that we can obtain from petroleum? So we can obtain so many of the things like the fuels that we are using, petrol, kerosene and diesel. These all are obtained from the petroleum itself. Okay. See this diagram. Here we are having the layer of petroleum and the oil well. Okay, so the diagram that I have mentioned earlier is actually like this. Okay, using the instrumentation the oil is get taken out from the petroleum or oil. The petroleum is carried out from the oil wells, and thereafter it is being treated or it is being refined in the oil refineries. You might have seen these types of industrial locations somewhere when you are going through or traveling through. Okay, so these are certain oil refineries that are used to refine petroleum. The next thing is that the petroleum is refined at very high boiling point. Okay, see this diagram. This is actually a process that is called fractional distillation. A process that is called fractional distillation. Okay, I hope it is completely visible to you. Yes. Okay, so this is actually called fractional distillation, and what happens in this fractional distillating tank, the petroleum, okay, the petroleum or the crude oil is first of all transferred, okay, and it is boiled at very high temperature. So because of the so much of high boiling point, the petroleum gets broken into various byproducts at various temperatures. Okay, अलग अलग temperatures पे अलग अलग byproducts में petroleum broke होता है. Okay, see here the very first is gas. Okay, this bluish color ये जो पेट्रोल के ऊपर आपको थोड़ा सा visible नहीं हो रहा है. Yes, I hope now it is visible to you. So पेट्रोल के ऊपर सबसे lightest क्या है? Gas. Okay, so it is separated, and then petrol, then naphthalene, then kerosene, then diesel, then fuel oil, and then residue. The thing is that, the interesting thing is that the residue is also useful to us. Okay, it also consists of two things that we will see. Yes, so the residue further it is used in the formation of paraffin wax and bitumen. If you will have a look in your book, page number 60, a table is given over there which gives the uses of the petroleum products. Like petroleum gas, that is LPG, is used as a fuel for home and industry. Petrol, we all know that it is used as a motor vehicle, motor fuel, aviation fuel, solvent for dry cleaning, etc. And kerosene is used as a fuel for stoves, lamps, jet, aircrafts, etc. Diesel is used for heavy motor vehicles, electric generators, etc. Lubricating oil is used in lubrication of machineries. Paraffin wax is used in ointments, candles and Vaseline. And bitumen is further used in paints and in the formation of roads. So you can see every part or every constituent of petroleum is useful at its own level somehow. That's why petroleum is called as a black gold. Okay. Now the next thing that comes our way is natural gas, and we all know that natural gas is also obtained from the earth. Okay, you can see this diagram over here. Here it is very well clearly explained that the gas is produced in the deep inside the earth under high temperature and pressure, and this gas is taken out. Okay, just like the oil is taken out from the oil wells. Okay, so the gas is taken out from the gas wells. Okay, and this is actually made under high pressure, so that is that's why it is called compressed natural gas, and it is used in power generation. It is used as a fuel for transport vehicles. Okay, and the plus point of CNG is that it is less polluting and it is a cleaner fuel. There are variety of advantages of CNG. Okay, and among that, one common advantage is that it is directly used for burning. So in many of the countries we are having CNG underground pipelines are over there. Okay, so instead of LPG they are using CNG. In India also, in Baroda, Gujarat. So there also the pipeline system of CNG gas is available, and people are using CNG gas for their fuel. Okay, and further it is also used in the manufacture of number of chemicals and fertilizers. Now talking about the limited usage of these natural resources. Okay, so yes, we have to be very clear about this thing, that these all, coal and petroleum, are exhaustible natural resources. So we have to use all these resources in proper or limited amount, and we have to go through the further side options which we can use for fuel. Okay, and that side option is solar energy. Yes, that side option is solar energy, because solar energy and wind energy are two inexhaustible natural resources. So we, instead of using these petroleum and coal, we can use solar power plants and wind power plants to produce electricity and for further requirements of energy at industrial level. I hope this chapter is clear to you. Thank you.